Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Sophia, and today I'm extremely honored to be leading you all through our Celebration of Life yoga practice. If you'd like, feel free to find a comfortable seat and maybe allowing your eyes to flutter shut here as I introduce our intention for today's practice. So, our intention for today's class is to celebrate the lives of students who have passed during their time at UF. Students like Abby Doherty. Abby was both a yoga instructor for UF's Department of Recreational Sports and a student staff member at the Hitchcock Field and Fork Pantry. She traveled all over the world and had a quick-witted, kind, effusive, and contagious personality. She did not take herself very seriously and cared about helping others. In a UF survey about why she chose to be an undecided major at the beginning of her college career, she replied, "I'm just a youngin' looking for my place in the world." It is an unfortunate truth that UF loses several students every year, and we will celebrate their legacies today. If you are attending today and have a strong reaction to the class, there is a link and phone number to the UF Crisis Support through the CWC in the event description box below. Also, if you or a friend is ever in distress, please contact You Matter We Care at youmatter@ufl.edu. You can also contact the Counseling and Wellness Center 24/7. Details can be found at counseling.ufl.edu. If you are able and willing to donate to the Hitchcock Field and Fork Pantry today, please see the link in the description box below to place a monetary donation. So, for today's class, we will begin once again in a seated position. Our hands can either rest on top of your knees, palms facing up or down, whichever you prefer, or you can even find the beautiful Lotus Mudra. So this mudra is one of heart opening, and you will bring your thumb and pinky finger together, spreading your fingers out wide, opening like a lotus flower. This mudra is often one of heart opening and usually signifies light and beauty emerging from darkness. So we will be incorporating this mudra into many of our poses today. So from here, feel free to begin to notice your breath. And your eyes can stay shut. Beginning to start lengthening your inhales and equally deepening your exhales. You can even find the Ujjayi breath here, this ocean sounding breath that's created through constricting your throat. And together we'll take 10 focused breaths. So to begin, we'll inhale and exhale to prepare. We'll inhale 1, exhale 1, inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 3, inhale 4, exhale 4, inhale 5, exhale 5, inhale 6, exhale 6, inhale 7, exhale 7, inhale 8, exhale 8, inhale 9, and exhale 9. Last one, inhale 10, and exhale 10. From here, we can dedicate and use today's practice to celebrate someone in particular, everyone, or even your own life. And now I ask you to think about different aspects of your person or persons. Maybe think of something you enjoyed doing with them. Maybe even think of a funny memory of them. Throughout today's class, you can come back to these happy thoughts and continue with the celebration. About 2 more breaths here. From here, we'll begin our physical practice for today. So maybe gently allowing your eyes to flutter open here. Your palms can rest on top of your knees. We'll gently inhale the shoulders up towards the ears. And exhale, release them down your back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And from here, we'll move in the opposite direction. Inhale. And exhale, release your shoulders down your front body. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to neutral spine. And we'll exhale, bring chin to chest. Inhale, right ear towards right shoulder. Maybe pausing here for a nice stretch in the left side of your neck. Maybe allowing yourself one more breath here. And then on your exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear towards left shoulder. Maybe pausing here for a few breaths. Really feeling a lengthening in the right side of your neck. And then we'll exhale, chin to chest. On your next inhale, right ear towards right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear towards left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. We'll do a few more of these, moving at your own pace. Maybe eventually making a full revolution all the way around, if that feels comfortable in your neck today. And we'll do 2 more breaths here. Inhale, we'll come back to center, and we'll sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, bringing your right palm beside you, keeping your left arm swept overhead. Feel free to stay here for lengthening in your left side body, or you can even walk your right hand a little farther out, maybe moving onto your forearm here. Doing whatever feels comfortable in your body today. Making sure to open your heart here. Take 2 more breaths. We'll inhale, come back up onto the palm, and then we'll sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, planting the left palm beside us, sweeping the right arm up overhead, finding a nice lengthening in the right side body here. Once again, if you'd like to move a little deeper, you can tense up your fingers and walk your fingers out towards the left side, moving onto your forearm. ensuring both sit bones are planted here. We'll take about 2 more breaths. And if you moved onto your palm and onto your forearm, feel free to come back up onto your palm now. And all together, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. From here, we'll take a twist. So exhale, twisting towards your right side, bringing your left palm on top of right knee, and using your right hand behind you as a prop, making sure each vertebrae is stacked one on top of the other here. And feel free to look over your right shoulder for a little extra. About 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, we'll look forward, and exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale, twist towards your left side, bringing right palm on top of left knee this time, and using your left hand as a prop behind you, ensuring that each vertebrae is stacked one on top of the other here. And you can look over your left shoulder for a little extra, finding a gentle twist here. You're just warming up. About 3 more breaths here. And we'll inhale, look forward, and exhale, release the bind. From here, we'll take a few seated cat-cows, so feel free to bring your palms on top of your knees here. And then on our inhale, we'll bring the chest through our arms, maybe lifting our chin up towards the sky, holding here for 1 breath. And then on your next exhale, we'll round the spine and bringing chin to chest for cat pose, holding here for 1 breath. And we'll inhale into cow, bringing the chest through, looking up. Exhale around the spine, cat pose, excuse me. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to neutral spine, and we'll walk the hands out in front of us, finding a tabletop position. So in tabletop, we'll have the shoulders stacked over wrists and hips stacked over knees. So from here, we'll take a few more of those cat-cows. On the inhale, drop the belly, look up. And exhale, round the spine, bringing chin to chest. Inhale for cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale back to neutral spine, and from here we'll take bird dog. So I'll move you through a few progressions here. So the first one, we'll inhale to sweep the right arm out in front. If you'd like to move a little further, you can extend the left leg out behind you, flexing your left foot to create a straight line from your fingertips to your heel. We can stay stationary here, or if you'd like to add a little bit of movement, on your exhale you can round your spine, bringing elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen out, and exhale to round. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale round, holding here for one breath. Then we'll inhale to lengthen, and exhale, plant the palm and knee onto the mat. And we'll take a few spinal bends, maybe looking over one shoulder, then the other. Doing that a few times. We'll be here for about one more breath. Then we'll inhale back to neutral spine, and we'll take bird dog on the left side. So once again, inhale, sweep the left arm in front. Feel free to hang out here, or if you'd like to extend that right leg out behind you, feel free to do so. We can stay here stationary, or if you'd like to add the movement on your exhale, rounding your spine, bringing elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, round, holding here for one breath. And we'll inhale to lengthen. And exhale, plant the palm and knee onto the mat, taking a few more of those spinal bends, looking over one shoulder and then the other, going as fast or slow as you'd like. Maybe even adding some shoulder push-ups, coming out of your shoulders, doing whatever feels nice. You can even add some slow hip circles if you'd like. Doing whatever your body feels called to do in this moment. Inhale, we'll come back to a neutral spine, and then we'll bring the big toes together, moving the knees a little bit more apart. Then we'll exhale to bring the sit bones down towards the heels, finding child's pose. This is a nice restorative posture, and feel free to come back to this pose at any time throughout today's practice. We'll be here for about 3 breaths. Feel free to take a water break if you'd like, or you can even come back to that special person or your intention for today's practice. And on our next inhale, we'll shift our weight forward, finding tabletop once again, bringing our knees about hips distance apart. And we'll tuck the toes and exhale, send our sit bones up and back into our first down dog of the day. Feel free to pedal out the dog here, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe shaking your head yes or no. Feel free to add as much bend into the knees as you'd like. And we're aiming to create a straight line from the wrists to the shoulders to the hips here. We'll be here for about 2 more breaths. Then on your exhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Finding a half lift. We'll exhale to fold forward. And then inhale, slowly rise one vertebrae at a time all the way up. Your head is last to rise. You can even take a shoulder roll once you arrive here. Great job, everyone. So from here, we're in Tadasana, mountain pose. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Palms can face forward here. We'll take a few moments in this pose to come back to our breath. Come back to that special someone. One more breath. from here we'll begin our Surya Namaskar A sequence, our Sun Salutation A sequence. So we'll do about 3 of these. Each one we'll get a little bit more warmed up. So to begin, we'll start in Tadasana Mountain Pose. Then we'll inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold, forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Then we'll exhale to plant the palms, stepping back into high plank pose. From here, feel free to drop your knees onto the mat. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, release onto the mat in one motion, keeping your elbows pinned beside you for Chaturanga Dandasana. From here, untuck the toes and inhale for heart opener, baby cobra, hands off the mat. And then we'll exhale, plant the palms, moving through tabletop into down dog. Feel free to play around here once again if you'd like, if that feels nice, bending one knee and then the other. While in down dog, we aim to find external rotation in the upper arms and our shoulders. Your drishti, your gaze, can be towards your shins, thighs, or even your belly button if that's accessible. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward, and inhale, top of the mat, however you like, finding our half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms up overhead, and exhale, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Great job, everyone. We have 2 more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. And from here, we'll move through that movement once again, which is called a Vinyasa. Feel free to allow your knees to drop once again. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, release in one motion onto the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, maybe full cobra this time, toes are untucked. And then we'll exhale, moving through tabletop into down dog. We'll take 3 breaths in down dog here. On your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Great job, everyone. Last one. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, we'll plant the hands and move through our Vinyasa. Meeting in down dog. Once again, feel free to drop your knees. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, full cobra, or maybe even you find up dog with your palms and tops of your feet onto the mat. And we'll exhale, moving through tabletop into down dog. We'll stay in down dog for about 3 more breaths. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up overhead. And exhale, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Great job, everyone. Feel free to take a water break here or come back to your special person. We'll be here for about 5 breaths. Alrighty, everyone. So taking your next breath to come back, and we'll begin our Mandala Namaskar sequence. So for this sequence, we'll move around the mat in one direction and then come back around. We'll be incorporating Lotus Mudra in a lot of the poses. If you'd like, I'll be giving other options if you'd prefer different ones, but for the most part, we'll be incorporating that beautiful mudra that I introduced at the beginning of class. So to begin, we'll find Ookatasana chair pose, bending the knees, and you can sweep your arms up overhead, pinkies in here, maybe lifting all 10 toes off the mat to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed. From here, you can bring your hands at heart center, maybe finding that Lotus Mudra, or you can even offer it up towards the sky, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears here. We'll be here for 2 more breaths, so you guys can do it. And on your exhale, if you lift it up, maybe bring it back to heart center. From here, we'll begin to lift the right foot off the mat, and then we'll exhale, step it back into high crescent lunge. Once again, you can keep your hands at heart center right here, close to your heart, or if you'd like, you can extend your arms up overhead once again in the Lotus Mudra, allowing your shoulders to relax away from your ears here. You can even find a heart opener, lifting your chest up towards the sky, making sure your knee is stacked over your ankle here. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And then on your exhale, we'll come back to neutral spine, maybe bringing the mudra back to heart center. And then we'll allow our arms to open in our lotus to bloom, opening the arms out to a T. Left knee is tracking towards left pinky toe, and our right foot at about a 90-degree angle for our Warrior 2 sequence. From here, our just your gaze is towards the left middle finger. We'll be here for 1 more breath. And then on your exhale, bringing left forearm to the top of left thigh, sweeping the right arm up overhead for extended side angle pose here. Opening the heart and really feeling a nice side body stretch here. We'll be here for 1 more breath. And then on your inhale, we'll sweep the arms back to a T. And then we'll flip the left palm and bring the right hand to the back of right thigh, sweeping your left arm up overhead for reverse warrior, making sure to maintain the integrity of the bend in your left knee. You guys can do it. And if you'd like, you can always straighten and come back into our reverse warrior here. You all are doing amazing. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then we'll inhale back to center. We'll straighten the left leg and twist towards our right side. So from here, we'll find Goddess Squat. So we can inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, heels in, toes out on our feet. And then we'll exhale, squatting down into Goddess Squat, making sure you can see both big toes over your knee cliffs. And you can always find the Lotus Mudra once again, maybe even offering it up towards the sky. Once again, if you're offering it, feel free to relax your shoulders down your back and away from your ears here. You can even look up towards the sky if you'd like. You shift your weight side to side. We'll be here for 1 more breath. And then we'll inhale, rise up out of the hips, maybe extending your arms out. And we'll pivot the right foot to face the back of the mat, hopping the left foot in a little bit more at a 45-degree angle. So from here, we'll find our Warrior 1. Hips are square here, and you can bring your hands at heart center, whether in prayer, or you can even find that Lotus Mudra once again. You can stay at heart center, or if you'd like, you can even extend it up. For an extra challenge here, you can always bring your drishti, your gaze up towards your thumbs. 2 more breaths here in Warrior 1. inhale to straighten the right leg. Feel free to hop the left foot in a little bit more, and we'll prepare for pyramid pose. Feel free to bring your palms back to heart center in lotus or prayer mudra. And then we'll inhale here, making sure our hips are square. And then we'll exhale to hinge at the hips, folding forward for our pyramid pose. Once again, you can find that mudra, or if you'd like to plant your palms or your fingertips onto the mat, feel free to do so. We'll maintain a micro bend in the right knee to protect it here. You should feel your right hip moving towards the front of the room and your left hip moving towards the back. We'll be here for about 4 more breaths. And then on your inhale, we'll find a half lift. Exhale, hands to hips, releasing your mudra if you had it, and then we'll inhale to rise up. From here, feel free to add a little bit more of a bend into the knee, and you can keep Lotus Mudra here, and we'll move into our Warrior 3. So you can hinge forward as you're hinging. You can bend the right knee, and then eventually we'll lift that left foot off the mat, flexing it. Finding our Warrior 3. Your hands can be at prayer or lotus. You can even extend the lotus out in front of you. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. You guys can do it. It's totally okay if you're shaking. And then we'll inhale, coming back to center, bringing the left foot beside the right. And we'll heel toe the feet towards the outer edges of the mat, keeping the heels in, toes out. We can inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, squatting down into Malasana Yogi squat. You can find Lotus Mudra once again here, or if you'd like a little bit more of a hip opener, you can make little fists with your hands and press them against one another. And we'll be here for about 3 or 4 more breaths. And then on your next breath, on your next inhale, we'll release our bind, planting into our hands and lifting our hips into the air, finding a half lift, heel toeing our feet together, big toes together, heels slightly apart. We'll exhale to find our hands onto our hips, and inhale, rise all the way up. Finding our Tadasana, maybe taking a few shoulder rolls. You can always shake it out here if you'd like. We'll hang out here in Tadasana for about 5 breaths. Maybe coming back to your special person or persons. Alrighty, everyone. So from here, we'll move into the right side of our mandala. So to begin, we'll inhale, Ookatasana chair pose. Feel free to find that Lotus Mudra once again at heart center, or you can offer it up towards the sky, sending your love away from you. And then we can lift our toes up off the mat. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Exhale, you can bring your Lotus Mudra back to heart center or your prayer mudra, whichever you choose. And then we'll inhale the left foot, hovering it off the mat, and exhale, step it back into high crescent lunge. From here, making sure the right knee is stacked over the right ankle. And your hands can be at heart center in lotus, or if you'd like, you can extend your arms out up towards the sky, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears here. And we can even find that heart opener once again. Inhale to lift the heart up towards the sky. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And on your exhale, we'll bring hands to heart center and allow your lotus to bloom outwards, opening up into warrior 2. Right knee is tracking towards right pinky toe, and your left foot is at about a 90-degree angle. Your drishti or gaze is towards your right middle finger. You should feel as though someone is pulling on your arms from either side of you. We'll be here for 1 more breath. And then on your exhale, bring your right forearm to the top of right thigh, sweeping the left arm up overhead for extended side angle pose. Two more breaths. And then we'll inhale, rise, warrior 2. Exhale, flip your right palm and bring your left hand to the back of left thigh, sweeping your right arm up overhead. Feel free to lengthen your right leg, maybe straightening it, and exhale to bend, giving yourself a little bit of a break here. Aiming to maintain the integrity of the bend in your right knee. We'll be here for 1 more breath. You all can do it, and you're doing amazing. And then inhale, back to center, warrior 2. And we'll straighten the right leg, twisting towards our left side. So from here, we'll find a wide leg forward fold. Feet can be parallel to one another, or they can be pigeon-toed, bringing the toes in a little bit towards one another. So there's a few variations for our hands here. You can either find the mudra once again, or if you'd like, you can find an arm bind behind you, interlacing your fingertips behind your back. So whichever you choose, that is perfectly okay and amazing. So we'll inhale to find a heart opener, and then we'll exhale to fold forward. Taking whichever variation calls out to you here, whichever variation feels good in your body. If you feel as though your weight is in your heels, aim to shift your weight a little bit more forward, more towards the center of the foot. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, you can release your bind, and we'll find a half lift. Exhale, hands to hips, and inhale, rise all the way up. So from here, we'll pivot the left toes to face the front of the room, hopping the back foot in at a 45-degree angle and bringing a bend into the left knee here, finding warrior 1. Our hips are squared once again. We can find that Lotus Mudra. You can keep your hands at heart center, or if you'd like to offer them up, offering your love. You can even add a little challenge here, maybe looking up towards your thumbs. We'll be here for about 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll straighten the left leg. We'll hop the right foot in a little bit more. And then we can exhale the hands to heart center. Maybe finding the prayer mudra or our Lotus Mudra here. And then we can inhale to find a heart opener and exhale, fold. If you'd like, you can always keep your hands planted here, framing your left foot. Maybe tenting your fingers. here for about 2 more breaths. And then wherever you are, we'll bring the hands back onto the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, hands to hips, and inhale, rise all the way up. So from here, we'll take our warrior 3 once again. Maybe bringing the palms to heart center, finding our Lotus Mudra if you'd like. And then on the exhale, we'll hinge forward, bringing a bend into the left knee, and inhale to lift the right foot off the mat. Feeling free to hang out here, or if you'd like to extend your arms out in front of you, feel free to do so. Whichever variation you choose, that is amazing. We'll take one more breath. And then we'll inhale, coming back to standing, bringing the right foot beside the left. And we'll heel toe the feet out beside us, heels in, toes out, preparing for Malasana Yogi squat once again. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. And then we'll exhale, squatting down into Malasana. Feel free to keep Lotus Mudra here, or if you'd like that extra hip opener, feel free to make those little fists once again and press them against each other. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And then on your next exhale, we'll release our mudra or the fists, blending our hands, and inhale, lift the hips into the air. Heel toe the feet together, big toes together, heels slightly apart. Exhale, hands to hips, and inhale, rise all the way up. Finding our Tadasana, feel free to shake it out if you'd like. And we'll take another water break here. You can even come back to that special someone. Thinking of a nice memory of them. Be here for about 4 more breaths. Alrighty, everyone. So from here, we'll move into our hip opening sequence, and our hips hold a lot of our emotions. So it'll be really nice to do. So we'll begin to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and feel free to move through your Vinyasa or press into down dog. Whichever variation feels good for you right now. And then from here, we'll inhale, sweep the right leg into the air. Exhale, maybe bending the right knee. Feel free to take a few knee rolls in one direction and the other. Or maybe moving your ankle clockwise and counterclockwise. For one more breath. And then we'll inhale to straighten the legs, squaring the hips. Exhale, knee to chest, and we'll gently plant the right foot in between our hands, dropping the left knee onto the mat and untucking your toes. From here, we'll inhale to rise, Vinyasa low lunge. We'll take one breath here. Then we'll exhale to fold forward, planting the hands. Heel toe the foot towards the outer edge of the mat, plugging the right shoulder to the inside of the right hip, or the right knee. And we can stay here on our palms, or if you'd like on your exhale, you can move on to your forearms. Whichever variation you choose, aiming to have a flat back here instead of a rounded spine. We'll be here for about 4 more breaths. And then we'll inhale to rise up onto our palms. And we'll heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat. Inhale here, and then we'll exhale to send the sit bones back towards our heels, finding Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. Flexing your right foot, maybe even finding a half lift on your inhale, and exhale to fold a little deeper. Maintaining a micro bend in your right knee to prevent hyperextension and to protect it. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And we'll inhale to shift the weight forward. And we'll heel toe the foot towards the left edge of the mat, bringing right heel to the inside of the left hip. Looking behind us to make sure the left leg is straight. We can inhale for a heart opener and exhale, release into sleeping swan. Maybe making a pillow with your hands and resting your forehead on top. Making sure your hip and the weight is evenly distributed through both hips here. If you notice any tension, maybe using your exhale to let it go. And we'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll gently rise up onto the palms, tucking the left toes, and exhale. Send your sit bones up and back. Taking any movements you'd like here. Maybe pedaling the dog, or taking any hip circles you'd like. And then on your next inhale, we'll sweep the left leg into the air. Exhale, bending the knees, stacking the hips. Taking a few ankle rolls in one direction then the other. Or drawing circles with your knee clockwise and counterclockwise. And then we'll inhale back to center, squaring the hips, flexing the left foot. And exhale, knee to chest, gently planting your left foot in between your hands, dropping your right knee onto the mat and untucking your toes. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana, live lunge. We'll be here for 1 more breath. And then we'll exhale to fold forward, planting your hands. Heel toe the foot towards the left edge of the mat, plugging your left shoulder to the inside of the left knee here. For a lizard lunge, feel free to stay on your palms, or if you'd like on your exhale, you can move on to your forearms, making sure to have a flat back here. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And we'll inhale to rise up onto the palms, heel toe the left foot towards the center of the mat. Inhale here in Anjaneyasana, and we'll exhale into Ardha Hanumanasana, bringing your sit bones back towards your heel and flexing your left foot. Inhale for a half lift, and exhale to fold a little deeper, making sure to maintain that micro bend once again to protect it. We'll be here for about 2 more breaths. And then we'll inhale to shift the weight forward, and exhale, heel toe the foot towards the right edge of the mat, bringing left heel to the inside of the right hip this time. Looking behind you to make sure your back leg is straight. Inhale for a heart opener, and then we'll exhale to find sleeping swan, maybe making a pillow with our hands and resting our forehead on top. We'll take about 6 breaths here. And on your next inhale, we'll slowly rise up onto the palms, tucking the right toes, and exhale, sending the sit bones up and back into down dog. Feel free to take any movements here once again. Maybe pedaling your dog or taking any hip circles. We'll be here for one more breath in down dog. Then on your exhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward. And we'll, as gracefully as you can, coming into a seated position on your mat. So I'll face you guys really quick. So we'll find Badaknasana first, which is butterfly. So the soles of your feet are together, and you can even open them up like a little book. You can give yourself a little massage if that feels nice. And you can inhale for a heart opener, and we'll exhale to fold forward, maybe keeping your elbows pinned beside you to maintain a flat back here, and really opening up your hips. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Inhale, slowly rise up. And then on the exhale, we'll gently release onto our back, finding Supta Badaknasana. So from here, feel free to bring your right palm on top of your heart and your left over your belly. And we'll stay here for about 3 breaths. Breath. Gently guide the knees together, hugging the right one into our chest and lengthening the left in front. Holding here for 1 breath. And then on the exhale, we'll bring the right knee towards the left side, opening the arms out to a T. You can look over your right shoulder for a little extra here. For a reclined twist. Center, hugging your right knee into your chest once again, and then gently bringing your left to meet your right, giving yourself a big hug, and then we'll exhale to release the right leg, lengthening it out in front of us, holding the left knee into the chest for 1 breath. And then on that exhale, we'll bring the left knee towards the right side, opening the arms out to a T, And feeling free to look over the left shoulder for a little extra here. Taking about 3 more breaths here. Inhale back to center, bringing your left knee into your chest once again, and then gently bringing your right. Feel free to move your knees in a circle, maybe massaging your sacrum here. And then on your next inhale, we'll give ourselves a big hug, maybe lifting the head and shoulders off the mat, squeezing everything, and then we'll exhale, release into Shavasana, lengthening the legs out in front of us and our arms beside, fully relaxing here, taking up as much space as you need, allowing your eyes to flutter shut, relaxing your toes, relaxing your feet, relaxing your ankles, relaxing your shins, relaxing your calves, relaxing your knees, relaxing your thighs, relaxing your hips, relaxing your stomach, relaxing your chest, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arms, relaxing your hands, relaxing your fingers, relaxing your neck, relaxing your scalp, relaxing your face, unfurrowing your brows, and gently removing the hold of your tongue from the roof of your mouth, fully relaxing here. Feel free to think of your special someone here. Fully relaxing. And from here, I'd like to share a poem I found that is called Until We Meet Again. We think about you always. We talk about you still. You have never been forgotten, and you never will. We hold you close within our hearts, and there you will remain, to walk and guide us through our lives until we meet again. From here, feel free to start adding movement back into your body, maybe wiggling your toes and your fingers. And then on your inhale, sweeping your arms up overhead, maybe pointing your toes for a good morning stretch. And we'll exhale, release onto your favorite side in the fetal position. And from here, I'd like to share a little bit more and reiterate some of the stuff I said at the beginning of class. So while attending today, if you had a strong reaction, there is a link and phone number to the UF Crisis Support through the CWC in the event description box below. Also, if you are ever in distress, please contact You Matter We Care at youmatter@ufl.edu. You can also contact the Counseling and Wellness Center 24/7, and the details can be found at counseling.ufl.edu. If you are willing and able to, donate to the Hitchcock Field and Fork Pantry today. Please see the link in the description box below to place a monetary donation. Taking one more breath in the fetal position here. And with as little effort as possible, slowly make your way into a seated position at the top of your mat. And from here, we'll take one last breath together. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to forehead. May you have peaceful thoughts. To your lips, may you have peaceful words. And to your heart, may you have peaceful actions. Thank you all so much for joining me today in celebration. Namaste. Thank you all so much again for joining me. That's it. But yeah, thank you all so much again. This was truly an honor to teach this class. And if you need help, please see the description box below for those links. But yeah, thank you all so much again for joining me. Bye.